Hey guys, so just wanted to give you my thoughts on this whole CM Punk situation going on right now. We know that in a couple of days he's going to debut or make his return, his re-debut, if you will, on the debut episode of Collision from his hometown of Chicago at the United Center. But it seems that I guess to promote Collision, he did an interview with ESPN where basically AEW set it up, and AEW apparently was there monitoring the situation, moderating, the interview and everything because apparently Punk, as I've talked about and others have talked about before, um, signed some documents that were sent his way that would prevent him from, you know, basically getting out of line with what he talks about. Basically make sure that whatever he talks about in interviews or promos and stuff like that, you know, won't, come off as making the company look like, crap, if you will. So basically, and I just adjust my camera here. Basically, he was. How do I put this? He was basically, I guess you could say, kind of in sort of a mixture of work shoot slash shoot mode. Now I don't know if it was half and half, if most of it was work shoot, or some of it was, or if not most of it was shoot. We don't know what the details are, but a lot of people are assuming that majority of it was mostly work shoot, except for a few things. One of those things being his disdain for Hangman Adam Page and how he felt Hangman was shooting on him in their match at Double or Nothing last year by deliberately chopping him in the face. Now, we don't know if that's actually true or not, but obviously he has a disdain for Hangman. And of course, with this whole situation going on, obviously, if you have a disdain for one member of the elite, then obviously the rest of the elite are going to get word of that. And it's not going to, make things any easier to rectify in the long run. So yeah, right now the whole situation with CM Punk and AEW, it's still kind of rocky at best and all that. And as I've mentioned before, and others kind of point out as well, it seems that the ticket sales are not just because of the day the day that Collision is takes place on and everything, or even the fact that it's the summer and all that. But most of it does have to do with Punk and whether or not they can, trust Punk and believe a word he says. And when you have, information coming out about this interview that's going to air on ESPN or be part of an ESPN piece, you know, and then you kind of hear potentially what he may have said that doesn't, seem to favor certain members of AEW, whether it's half work shoot, half shoot, or whatever the case is, then that's going to make things a lot more polarizing than ever before. So hopefully, whatever happens in the future, whatever happens in the future, we won't have to deal with any negativity, any repercussions, and everything coming forth from this. I mean, a lot of people believe basically that this is a work shoot, most of it anyway, but that, some of it, just a tiny bit of it, is not. But we'll see. We'll see what happens when this piece drops. Apparently, it's supposed to drop tomorrow and everything. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, this is kind of interesting. I know some people have come out and said that, this is just another, smear campaign to try to make Punk look bad because they don't personally like him. People like Alvarez, Meltzer, and maybe Wade Keller, they don't like him, so they're gonna, run with, what they're hearing about this interview and say, oh, he's saying bad things about the company and people in the company just to make him look bad and everything. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't, come out and say that's true or anything. But I will say this. I will say this. If Punk's gonna have a lot to get off his chest, as it's been promoted, he's gonna do on Saturday. Hopefully, whatever he gets off of his chest, is within the boundaries of what was agreed upon. Because if he goes beyond that, that's not a good sign, and it makes Tony Khan look foolish. And in turn, it makes people like Meltzer and Alvarez and Keller, look right. And obviously, people like CM Punk and mostly Tony Khan do not want that. So, yeah, right now, we don't know what's going to happen, but a lot of people feel that this is just a smear campaign, over exaggerated smear campaign by the likes of Meltzer, Alvarez, Keller, and others to make Punk look bad upon his return on the debut episode of Collision in Chicago this Saturday. But we just have to sit back and see what happens. Now, apparently, one of the things that did come out of the interview that he's going to talk about is he's not in favor of working with KENTA. I don't know why. I mean, that's a dream match everybody wants to see, and hopefully we will get it, at Forbidden Door. Now, people are not sure if that might be the part of the work shoot situation there. We don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what they do as we approach Forbidden Door, as we approach Collision in the next couple of days. But yeah, apparently, CM Punk, doesn't want to work with KENTA, and the obvious question would be like, why? Why don't you want to work with them? So hopefully we'll get an answer to that later. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Comment below. What are your thoughts on so far what you've heard about the CM Punk interview? What do you think will come out of it? Let me know in the comments section, as well as in the live chat during the premiere. Real super chats will be open. But guys, love to hear from each and every one of you on this. And until next time, I will talk to y'all later. Peace out.